This might actually be the smallest haul I've had to show off on the playthrough so far. Just the 2 Pokemon. I walked into Route 221 thinking there'd be a few more Pokemon for me to have to catch, but nope, it was just the Sudowoodo and Dodrio that I caught yesterday, and as well as just the Guntank. And then there was also the Spheal, which could have ended up being the last thing I had to add to the living dex had I not remembered that the only other Spheal I've got is this one down here, which is not going towards the collection because it is not originally mine. And so I basically went back to the place where I found Celio, and Spheal was just a whole bunch of more common there, and it didn't occur to me that I didn't have one of these to go towards the collection, so that's now out of the way. The next thing I want to talk about is my team, because having to deal with Caitlin and Darach first, before I get to go to Cantaloupe City, and then even then I'm probably going to be bowling around in the Fuego Ironworks before moving on, just to break up the monotony of having one hard battle after the next. I decided to grind my team up to level 50 before this fight, and so I might be just a little bit over leveled, but these are the 6 that I'm not bringing with me. I'll have a look at the move sets. I'll try to remember if there was anything that any of these Pokemon tried to learn. I think Bertha tried to learn Double Edge or something, but I didn't want to give it that because it was well over 60 base power. I think there was a bug move as well that it tried to learn. I'm not 100% sure. Pompoda, I actually got rid of Flamethrower, surprisingly enough, because it tried getting Play Rough, and I decided I wanted a Fairy move on my team that wasn't on just Jaeger. And this is a physical Fairy move as well, so that adds a nice little dimension of offense there to my team. It means I probably have to get rid of all the special attack effort values I invested into this thing, because I don't see myself putting Flamethrower back on. I will be getting the Flamethrower TM soon. I'm not too sure if there's anybody else on my team that can get it, but I'm hoping that there is, because at the moment the only fire move that I've got is Overheat, which is something I don't really want to be spamming too much for obvious reasons. So next we have Spearmint, which I think tried to learn Blizzard. I decided against it at the time because it would have been so much better than Icicle Crash, but it would have been a bit more inaccurate. I might go back on that decision. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I don't have to worry about it at the moment because Spearmint's not making any appearances in this segment besides this. Jaeger, I don't think had any changes to it. I think it tried learning like Roleplay or something else like that. It was kind of useless. No, it actually tried learning Safeguard, which I decided not to go with. $3 stayed around about the same. I can't remember if it tried learning anything else. And then Illicin, I don't think actually tried learning anything else either. It might have tried learning like Last Resort, and even then I don't think it actually did. And so the team I'm going to be using to take on Darach first off is Ghost Trick. I think I think most of the Pokemon here I just grinded off of Blissies to get them a whole bunch of experience. I couldn't be asked with the effort value training them. So Ghost Trick is about the same. Metagross is about the same. Rampart, it tried learning... What did it try learning? I can't remember. It was Dragon Rush? Yeah, it was Dragon Rush. I thought that might have been a good idea, but Dragon doesn't really hit many types for super effective damage. I think it literally only hits dragons themselves, which is nice to have on a non-dragon, but it also has 75 accuracy, and in terms of the rest of the moves that I've got here, the only one that's actually going to hit 100% of the time is Earthquake. Oh yeah, Stone Edge. I gave it Stone Edge. Not through the TM, by the way. It actually did get that through level up, so didn't have to blow the TM on that, and so that's the moveset for him there. Dick Kickham, I think, tried learning Mind Reader or something else. No, I think it was like Reversal. I think it tried learning something, but I didn't give it that. And Suricate, don't actually remember if this thing learned close combat on screen or not, but there it is. That's a thing. And Tidal, I think it tried learning one thing, but again, decided against it. Eventually, once I get Ice Beam, that's probably the only change that's going to be put onto Tidal's moveset. So that's basically my plan. The team was put together here as a means to sort of... I'm basically running with a bit of prediction here, just based on the Pokemon that he uses in the Battlefront here. There is only a total of 5 of those, though, so I'm kind of wondering if the 6th one is going to be like sort of a reference towards something that Caitlin used on her Elite Four team in the Black and White games. So The lead, if my memory serves me correctly, was Gallade, I think. So yeah, I think Ghost Trick will go in pretty well with that, provided Gallade doesn't just murder it in one hit. Only one way to find out. We've thrown our save state. Let's give this a shot. So, in terms of like other stuff that he used in the Battle Frontier, he had a Staraptor, he had an Empoleon, he had a Houndoom, and then he also had the Gallade and the Entei. Those last two I know that he's using because of that travesty towards the end of the previous segment where I decided, yeah, I decided to just bail the fuck out of the fight. So, only one way to find out what the rest of his team consists of, and that's to kick this guy's ass. I'm kind of wondering if it's actually worth going for a nasty plot here. I'm going to give it a shot. I'd certainly outspeed him at the very least. And if I had Draining Kiss here, I would totally just use that to kill this Gallade and get back any of the health that I lose from this Leaf Blade. Knowing Gallade, he's got a lot of these Blade-type moves that have high critical hit ratios. So that's something I've got to be careful of. He can get stuff like Leaf Blade, he can get Night Slash, Psycho Cut, that sort of stuff. I think my Gallade ended up with like Psycho Cut, Night Slash, Leaf Blade, and I think Sacred Sword? Yeah, I think Sacred Sword's the one, because there's Sacred Sword and then there's Secret Sword. I think Secret Sword is the one that only Keldeo can learn and gives it its Resolute form. So yeah, there's the Empoleon right on cue. I'm thinking Dick Kick'em's probably a good idea for this one. It's Water Steel, so I can't really go at it with fire attacks. I mean, I could still have sent Metagross in to take advantage of its electric weakness, but here I'm kind of hoping to maybe get a flinch off just to see how defensive this thing is. That's why I'm hitting with a Mark Punch. That's actually a 2-shot. Oh, it probably isn't, because it's using a berry. Okay. What is this going to hit me with? It's going to go for the Hydro Pump and miss. That's actually fine. I'm alright with it using Hydro Pump, because Dick Kick'em's got good special defense. Oh, damn it. Miss and crash, because, yeah. What really sucks about that is that since the crash happened there and I missed, its special defense went out the window. Hydro Pump is already powerful enough. It was going to knock out anyway, so that really, really sucks. Ghost Trick can't hit it super effectively. Well, I can hit it neutrally with thing, but the reason we sent the Empoleon in to begin with is because it's part steel. Do I want to go with Suricate and close combat this thing? I feel like I want to go with Suricate and close combat this thing. Go in there. Hopefully this will kill it. It'll do a decent amount of damage at least. I've got the Muscle Band on this thing still, I hope. Alright, so yeah, there goes the Empoleon. And the defense drop doesn't really matter since I'm going to switch out anyway. Especially if he decides to go in with something else that has a fighting move. What's his follow-up? Alakazam. Okay, would be nice to stay in and go for a Shadow Claw on that thing, but that's probably not the best idea for me at the moment. Ghost Trick, if it didn't have that much damage dealt to it, then I would have gone with it without a shadow of a doubt. Rampart, not too sure. I will go in with Ghost Trick. I need some reason to get Suricate out of there. I imagine he's probably going in with the Alakazam because it's got Focus Blast. Or Focus Miss, if you are inclined to refer to it by that name. I guess Nasty Plot again. This thing's probably got Shadow Ball. So I think I probably just want to go straight for the Shadow Ball. Oh, jeez, outspeeds. Okay, that's a bit surprising. I mean, it is an Alakazam. Oh, damn it. Okay, that did not work out nearly as well as I would have liked. If I go on with Suricate and he hits with Focus Blast, then this thing has probably swept me good and proper. So I guess the hope here is that I am able to survive anything that he throws at me and get in the Shadow Claw. I think that's pretty much the hope. Or I can outspeed it. Jesus Christ, how fast is Suricate? I guess I wasn't really exaggerating when I was saying during that last Dawn fight that Suricate was really shaping up as the MVP of this playthrough, because that was pretty cool. Okay, there's Metagross. That is definitely a that is definitely something Caitlyn uses in round 2 at least. how do I deal with that thing? I think I want to go in with Metagross. I could probably one-shot this thing with a overheat. But if I'm unable to one-shot this thing with overheat and he heals it, I don't want it to be causing too much of a threat, so I want to go with the Will-O-Wisp here and burn it. Okay, so there's Hammer Arm. That won't do quite as much now. Okay, so... Oh, okay, so that thing had a Life Orb as well, so... I should be able to take it out with an overheat from this point. Even if it doesn't, then it's either going to die by burn or by the Life Orb, rather. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so that's Metagross out the way. That should leave... I don't actually remember him using Alakazam either, do I? No, I don't. That's something that should have occurred to me. Okay, Entei. How do I deal with the Entei? I could go in with Suricate, maybe potentially tank a hit and get up a Swords Dance and smash this thing with a Close Combat or a Crush Claw. I think I want to give Rampart a shot here. I'm expecting this Entei to have something like Superpower or Earthquake to deal with rock types. It only makes sense. Entei is known for being pretty beastly with its physical attack, but we're going to find out one way or another. Stone Edge and Earthquake get the same amount of power through stab. Earthquake is more accurate, so we're going to go with that. Iron Heads, that works as well. That might actually be really bad for me. No, it's not. It actually didn't do quite as much damage as I was expecting, either. I guess that can be chalked up to all the effort values I invested into that. Oh, shit, yeah. I think I expected it to have a different item, because it had the Shuka Berry in its, in his, Frontier teams, but I didn't think that would, reflect onto this, team either. So I probably should have gone with the Stone Edge and risked the miss. That's fine though, because provided I don't get flinched out here, another Earthquake will kill it. I said provided I don't get flinched out. I think even if I do get flinched out, I'll just kill it with... Oh, nice! That's really nice, game. Oh boy. Okay, I think we've got to send Tidal in now. Tidal get in the Surf. That should hopefully take this thing out. I'm not too sure what Entei is like with its special defense, but there's no Sun Up or anything like that, so... That is the decidedly biggest threat on his team taken out. And then there's Staraptor, which, bit of a shame that I lost Rampart there. Probably had, like, close combat or something anyway, so... What am I thinking? I could Aurora Beam this thing, but if he's got Houndoom, then I don't really have anything to deal with that, so I'm thinking perhaps... Do I want to go in with Metagross? Metagross is probably going to get outspent. I'm going to stay in with Tidal here. This might not be the best idea, but I want to see what this Staraptor is capable of. Okay, well, it's gone with the Brave Bird there, so that's going to do a lot of damage. It'll do recoil to itself, though, so that'll be somewhat handy, provided Tidal can tank it. Yeah, that's pretty okay. Going with the Aurora Beam. I, for some reason, feel like this still isn't going to take it out, because Aurora Beam is a bit lacking in power. Oh, we got rid of it. So, what does that leave him with now? Oh, no, that's it. Okay. Okay, I thought I'd only gotten rid of 5 of his Pokemon. And of course he gives me no money for winning. Of course, that's just not fair. What? What the shit? Oh, good. What the fuck? Weirdo. Absolute weirdo. I have to wonder now... The tea. Wait, seriously? Okay, hang on. The tea, I'm assuming, is needed to get into Cantaloupe City. Is it actually a tub of radioactive waste? Please tell me it's a tub of radioactive... Yes! It's the tub of radioactive waste. Oh my god. Just needs to know about this. Just needs to know about this, like, freaking immediately. It's not going to be immediately. I'll let him know about it after the segment is over, but that was cool. I have the tub of radioactive waste, which I'm just going to sort of let chill out and taint all of the items in my backpack, because I'm not going to be going to Cantaloupe City immediately. I am instead going to probably switch the team up a little bit. I got to keep Tidal with me, because I got to surf my way up to Fuego Ironworks. But I'll probably change the team up a little bit. I think most of the team members here haven't been seen for like the last 2 or 3 segments though, so I might just have to stick with what I've got here. If I only remembered what I had on me previously, then I might have an idea of what I want to bring with me. There's going to be a lot of fire types, I imagine, like among the trainers in the gym, so it might be a good idea to bring something that could help me with my resilience towards that. I think $3 was around previously, Spin was around. Yeah, I think most of the team members here were around. I think Illison hasn't had a screen time for a while, so I might bring her in place of, Metagross, I guess. I don't think Metagross will be awfully useful. I say this as I mentioned, like, just before, that there was probably going to be a whole bunch of fire types in here, so Illison's probably not going to see much screen time, but makes me feel better about myself that I'm not neglecting my other team members. That's my excuse, and I'm rolling with it. Super Repel. See, at the moment, there's not really anything else that I need to really pick up, unless it's like evolutions of stuff that I can't obtain otherwise. But I'm probably going to do like a whole boatload of that once I've knocked over the Elite Four. I'll probably still do bits and pieces here and there as I progress or something like that, but I imagine a large bulk of that will happen after I beat the Elite Four, and like just one big montage of a segment. So, just a whole bunch of floor panels like this, letting you moving around the stuff. That's a pretty good way to phrase stuff out. Hello, Yellow Shard, you're completely useless. So, there's at least one item here that is relevant to my interests, and I have mentioned it a little bit earlier in the playthrough, in the segment. Hello. What do you have? Now that I think about it, this is probably the only place in the entire series where it would make sense for there to be a welder. If you've not played the Pokemon TCG recently, there is a new supporter card called Welder, and it would make sense for like a welder type trainer class character to be in this place but nowhere else. But the interesting thing is, like, you take a look at its original artwork and it's just some person in a welding suit just with a welder, because he or she is a welder. For some reason that welder underneath the suit is actually a female, as evidenced by both the full art version of the card, and then there's also an alternate art coming out showing the welder like taking a break and taking part of the bloody suit off. And so that I thought was kind of interesting. I kind of like that idea of just... It kind of reminds me a bit of the whole Samus thing back when Metroid was first came out. It's like the instruction manual referred to Samus as a he, and then when you got to the end of the game and beat it fast enough, you were just like, oh my god, it's not actually a dude, it's a female. I got kind of a similar vibe from that when I saw the original artwork for Welder, and then I saw the full art and found out it's not actually a dude. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's actually a powerful supporter anyway. If you have any experience with the TCG, basically what it does is it lets you attach 2 fire energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon, and then if you do that, then you get to draw 3 cards. So it's very, very powerful, alongside another card that came out in the same set as it's a tag team Pokemon of Reshiram and Charizard. So you would just use a number of welders to charge this thing up, and then you would just do a crap ton of damage with its attacks. That's basically how it worked. It was going to be like the best deck in the format, and then for some reason the North American International Championships from I think the other month, it like didn't even finish in the top 8. It might not have even gotten a place in the top 64 or something like that. I can't quite remember. I never saw all of the results from that. Wait. Hold on a sec. Did I just not heal? Yeah, I actually forgot to heal. Shit. That sucks. Okay, excuse me for one moment while I rectify my complete derpiness. Which means that the dude that I just beat with Illicent. What did he have? Like, he had a... I didn't even pay attention because I was talking about the frickin' welder. I think he just had, like, I think he had the Machamp line. That's what he did. That's what he had. That's why Illicent was actually doing well in that fight. Okay, so now that I'm actually paying attention now and I've got a team of healed up Pokemon, that's going to be more money out the frickin' wallet because I got to spend more money on revives and shit. That was terrible. I apologize for that one. That one was kind of shit. But moving on. Hello, Magnemite. Do you have the entire Magnemite line? That would be kind of interesting. How would I go about kicking this thing's ass? Let's see if this thing has Thunder Wave. No, it's got Lock On. So Night Slash. Oh no, you do not have the full Magnemite line. You've got 2 Magnemite and a Steelix. So you're basically just a reference to Jasmine then. And you are just as easily beaten as Jasmine. Hydro Pump could be cool. Not going to go for it. Not really liking the inaccuracy that it has. I have to wonder now if it actually has the same stats as it did in Gen 6 and 7, where it's actually nerfed to base 110 power instead of 120. That would be kind of interesting. Probably still wouldn't change my decision whether to go for it or not, but it would be kind of interesting. Blue Shard, I guess there's just one of each color shard in this place. It's obviously not what I'm looking for. There is something else very relevant to my interests. But, I've got to be able to go and find it first. I'm surprised that I'm actually managing to navigate around this place with the greatest of ease. I guess I just have a nice sense of direction like that. There's a Firestone. If I need that in the future, then that'll be handy. Now, how in the hell do I... okay. So, this is actually kind of curious. Okay, I think I worked out how to get to that item. Rock Incense, okay. That is interesting. You want to give that to a Sudowoodo if you want to breed it and get a Bonsly. Again, it's useless because I'm pretty sure Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Bonsly is something that you encounter in the wild anyway. Okay, let's give Dick Hickham a shot here. Let's see what this doofus is using. Not really. I'm managing pretty well so far. Rapidash. Could go in... I'll go in Rapidash. Rapidash has probably got, like, Jump Kick or something, but... eh. Oh boy, you're just begging for me to smash you with an Earthquake. So, finally we actually come across some dude that actually has the, stuff that I expect him to have, Fire type. So yeah, there's Flamethrower. Very useful move. I'm gonna see if there's anything on my current team that can learn it. Rampart can get it, Suricate can get it. I'm not giving it to either of those because they both have shit special attack. So, might not actually be using that Flamethrower TM after all. It's a shame because now that I think about it, Dick Hickham's got Blaze Kick, so I don't actually have to worry about having Flamethrower on something else because I've already got Fire type move on something else. I like how I just completely forgot that Blaze Kick was a thing anyway, so let me talk to this dude, Mr. Fuego, the guy who runs the Ironworks, I guess. And he just gives you a Star Piece, which is kind of interesting because apparently this dude will give you shards if you give him Star Pieces. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. If you're playing the base Platinum game that requires shards for you to use the move tutors, and this guy's pretty useful. You can find Star Pieces down in the underground, so there's not actually a finite number of those in the game. And you can get a whole bunch of shards, and you can use move tutors all you want, and that'll be good stuff. He is completely useless in this hack though, because all the move tutors come free of charge. I was not aware that that item was a thing. Maybe I can get some use out of it right now. Can I use this super potion immediately? Yes, I can. I can heal Rampart a little bit. Probably better off just selling it for like 350. I think they usually go for 700, so half of that's 350. Okay, I think now that's out of the way, we can finally move on to Cantaloupe City and take out, Faith. I'm, not too sure how well this is gonna go down. I think the last time I fought him, he still had he had a team of 6. And I don't think he was, like, that much of a dick to deal with. I'm just not too sure who I want to be leading with here. I think Ellison might still be pretty handy. So I might keep her in the team. I think I want to bring back Jaeger. And I think I'll bring back Jaeger in place of... Does he have any fire types that he would be using? I don't remember. Deck Kick him staying put because he's got a Snorlax and I want to kick that Snorlax's ass. I definitely want Metagross in there because Metagross is a decent shout for getting rid of Staraptor. I'll give Tidal a break because he's level 51 now. Bertha seems like a pretty decent idea, if only for money. I think I will put her in over... I think I'll put her in over Suricate, actually. Suricate's like my MVP, but I don't want her to be just kind of demolishing every opponent that I come across. So I'd like to give some screen time to my other team members. I'd like to bring in Jaeger just because the dual screens can be kind of useful. I think I'm going to put him in over Ghost Trick. I think that's how it's going to work out. And then from there I've got to take one of my team members out because I've got to fly down to Jubilife City and then move from there to... Oh shit, I just realized. Actually, no, I can go in with the Pokemon Center. That's fine. But I do need to bring Tidal with me because I've got to surf my way over to Cantaloupe City, so just leave you two there. And then we will fly on down here. Might be a bit of a long segment again today, just because of the fight. I could just like put it off until the next segment and end with a pretty decent, decently sized segment, but nah. Couldn't be asked doing that. I just want to put it in here, get it out of the way. Okay. Yep, there you go. Have yourself your tub of radioactive waste. And before I just walk back into that gate and he looks like the dude from Robocop, all freaking covered in toxic waste and shit. Now, one of these houses used to have like the move deleter or the move relearner or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that guy's just like only there to establish the point that he's been moved. But if you're the exploring type, then you'll already know that he's in Orberg City anyway. You might forget, but nah, whatever. What is it? The fuck is TM48? Oh, okay. That's, yeah, okay, that's lovely. Skill Swap is totally a good move. Yeah, alright. Fucking not using that at all. This fucking place. Yeah. That'll be, something I do far later on in the playthrough. It has ties to Darkrai and all that sort of fun stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal. I thought I would have to take, Tidal with me for this fight, but, I don't. I can stick with the team that I originally planned to bring with me here. So let me go ahead and... This is going to be a whole boatload of fun for me to edit, switching Pokemon back and forth and whatnot. I could make like a couple of liberties and not actually have to switch back and forth. I could just like switch over to the team that is ultimately going to take me to Cantaloupe City and then switch back once they have served their purpose or something like that, but yeah. Okay, so assuming that he leads with Staraptor, I think Metagross should be kicking things off for us. And I guess we're just hoping that close combat doesn't one-shot him. I'm going to make another save state here. Let's see how this goes down. Whole bunch of loud and obnoxious shit out the out in the lounge room. A young 3-year-old being rather rebellious and everything. It's unfortunate. We've got like 4 of my sister's kids here, but only 3 of them actually go to school. One of them is a bit too young to be doing that yet, and so she can still cause a bit of chaos by herself. Okay, so Staraptor lead against my Metagross. Straight in with a Thunderbolt, I guess. I'm actually surprised I outspeed there. In before it's got like Mirror Coat or some shit, and that's why it's outsped here. Next minute it just has Whirlwind. Knowing Faith and his stupidity, it could well have had Whirlwind. But nope, we one-shot it. So that eases that with the greatest of ease, because that's totally what I meant to say. Okay, Azumarill. Only thing I've got to really take care of this thing is Metagross itself, or Illicin. I'm not expecting this Azumarill to have ice moves though, so I want to give this, give Illicin a shot here. Now, I should be able to outspeed this thing. It just depends on what kind of attacks this thing has. Illicin's got some pretty good defense as well. So, perhaps a Swords Dance will not go punished here. Damn it. Alright. That's fine for right now. I can tank another one of those. I doubt that Azumarill's going to be able to tank a +2 Leaf Blade, though, especially since it doesn't even have full health. It had a Life Orb. I like how there's a lot of Pokemon in this hack that just have Life Orb. And that's actually really helping me out a lot more, because it means there's just less damage that I have to do to knock something out. Arcanine. Arcanine might have something that could kick Rampart's ass, but I'm going to bowl in with Rampart anyway, because I don't really have another option. I mean, what could Arcanine have? It could probably have something like... maybe it'll probably have like Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed. Might have Superpower. Probably have Superpower. I'm getting the first hit in here anyway. Thanks, Quick Claw. You're an absolute pal. Makes me wonder if I want to actually get rid of Quick Claw now, because I was thinking I might get rid of that and put the... Is that a crit? Jeez. Oh boy, close combat. Okay. Okay. That's probably not going to end well for Rampart. I may just have to have him take the hit here to get the free switch in. I don't think the rival knows how to heal his Pokemon. I'm going to see how this goes down. Okay, so close combat gets the knockout. That I don't have a problem with, because now I can just go in with Bertha and get the Mark Punch in for a quick knockout. There's no way the Arcanine's surviving it, especially with -2 defense there. So I'm alright with that. I thought I was on some kind of a train of thought and I lost it. I can't remember. I'll have to watch this back to see what train of thought I was on. But yeah, there goes Arcanine. Up next is Heracross, which I don't have a flying move to deal with. Actually, I do. It's on Bertha. Provided it outspeeds Heracross, Aerial Ace should do a decent chunk of damage here. Unless it's got a berry. It does not have a berry, so Aerial Ace is going to do a lot of damage. And rip. Bertha being an absolute pal. Shades of her early days in the playthrough there. Here comes a big old Ball Axe. I'm actually kind of curious to see how much Mark Punch will do to this thing. Because if Mark Punch is a 2-hit KO, then I might just stick with that. It's probably me just being a bit shy about using High Jump Kick. I'm just going to use High Jump Kick. There we go. Unpunished. Unless the Snorlax somehow tanks it. I have my doubts. You'd think Snorlax would be a big defensive beast, and to an extent it is. It's got a lot of HP, and it's got a pretty decent special defense stat, but its physical defense isn't quite as up to scratch as you might think. And then lastly we have Torterra, which I'd like to kill with an ice move, but I think we'll go with Metagross. Metagross has Levitate. It will be immune to any ground-based shenanigans that this thing has. I get the feeling Torterra's probably not going to do much to Metagross. Like, just at all. I'm going to go with a Will-O-Wisp first, just in case it's got some kind of shit to happen. Plus it means that even if it somehow tanks with like 1 HP or some shit like that after the overheat, then Burn will just get rid of it. Or it can just use Wood Hammer and kill itself. That's another possibility, but I don't see that being much of a thing. So, yep, that should be about game. That's pretty cool. And I think I'll conclude this segment by finding out whether or not I need to knock over the gym first before going to Iron Island. I think I might actually be forced to go to Iron Island to find Byron and take him, like, back to the gym so I can challenge him. I feel like that would sound a bit right. No, it's not going to be you. I'm going to kick your ass and make you feel bad about yourself, and then I'm going to be the champion, and because the whole planet, the whole thing kind of revolves around me. So you can just sit back and lament your crushed dreams as I just sort of take them away from you. Now, can I go to Iron Island? Yes, I can. I'm not too sure how far in I have to go in order to get the... what do you call it? The protector? Oh. Okay, hang on. We might be a bit shafted here. What are you doing? Oh, okay. That's not going to happen in this segment. That's definitely not happening in this segment. Okay, so we're not getting the protector in this segment because I got to do another stupid fight, and Riley's probably going to kick my ass or something like that. So I will save that for next segment. I'm just going to go ahead and return to Cantaloupe City. Don't think there's anything in the water that I need to, like, fish for or anything like that. Assuming I can even fish for anything in the water here. I actually don't think that you can. Oh, no, I think you probably could on the dock there. I don't think there's anything that I need to grab from there. Let me just check the wild Pokemon data. Nope. I would be best suited to come back here with a Super Rod. Alright. That's enough dilly-dallying. If I dilly-dally any further, the dilly-dally ghost is going to come and punch me in the noggin. I'm going to end the segment here. Next time, we're going to be knocking over Riley and bowling around in Iron Island. And we're also going to be getting what I think is actually the last evolution on the team. Yeah, it should be the last evolution on the team. Rampart becoming a Rhyperior. So we can look forward to that, and maybe I'll fit the next gym in there next time. I'm not too sure. It's probably not going to happen. But anyway, I will see you next time.